John Dwyer here. This particular case study of wow factor marketing involves a company that has gazebos, outdoor gazebos, and outdoor ornaments as well, things that you would probably think about putting in the backyard to pretty up the whole entertainment area of your backyard. But predominantly they were into gazebos. And as it turns out, the company was run by an owner who was relatively entrepreneurial, but had not taken on event marketing previously. And I said to him, look, when it's coming up towards the spring and particularly the summer period, and everyone's thinking about having outdoor barbecues and having fun around the swimming pool and all of that, then gazebos really comes to mind. So why don't you go duck shooting in the duck season, I call it. Why don't you actually put together a backyard expo and run 2 or 3 of them throughout the spring summer period? And he decided that was a good idea. Now, the reason I called it a backyard expo was to widen the funnel. And if you've been watching anything of mine, whether it be my podcasts or my webinars, or you've just been surfing around this website, you'll know that I'm a fan of widening the funnel. Still chasing your target audience, but widening the funnel as much as you possibly can. And I won't go into widening the funnel just now because that's in my other podcasts and webinars and stuff that you can watch. But what I said to him is that if you're just selling gazebos, if you're just marketing gazebos, then what you're doing, of course, is only attracting people who are thinking this morning when they wake up, oh look, I need a gazebo. But if you have a backyard expo rather than a gazebo expo, okay? If you have a backyard expo instead of just a gazebo expo, then you're going to widen that funnel and bring a lot more people along to your event, to your weekend event. And that's what he did. We named it the Backyard Expo, and we said if you're thinking about enjoying barbecues and enjoying fun with family and friends around your backyard this spring or summer, you better come to this, because not only do we have lots of gazebos for you to look at, but we have lots and lots of other backyard ornaments and backyard activities that you can look at as well. And he had little beautiful garden seats, and he had a lot of the furniture brought in from Thailand, which was a lot of decorative stuff that people enjoy having in their backyard. He had barbecues, and he had a whole lot of stuff that really was related to the backyard, even though he made most of his money from the gazebos. So we widened the funnel. We got on the local radio station, and the local radio station promoted that you better come this Saturday. I think it was just a one-day expo. I think it was on the Saturday. And you better come on the Saturday because we're open from whatever it was, 8:30 in the morning through to late in the afternoon. He gave away a $25,000 insured promotion. So that's the promotion whereby, there's 1 in 250 chance that people will actually draw the right envelope when they get to the major draw. So therefore, for every X dollars that you spent on this Saturday, you got an entry into the $25,000 draw, and then at the end of the day, he drew someone out of the preliminary draw, and that person then was invited to choose one from 250 envelopes, and if they chose the right one, they got the $25,000, and if they chose one of the other 249 envelopes, they walked away with a pretty nice consolation prize. I forget what it was now, but it was a nice prize worth a couple of $1,000s. And he also had the money machine in there, the sort of telephone box where if you spend a certain amount of money, you get to have 30 seconds in there and put as much money as you can all around you. He had a band, a marching band. He had face painting. He had the jumping up, down, the jumping castle for the kids and all that sort of stuff. So it was really, a fun fair as well as an expo for the adults. He contacted me on the Monday morning and he said, you want to know how much money we took? And I said, well, tell me. He said, we took a month's worth of trade in one day. I said, wow. I mean, you would expect me to say anything else, would you? Wow. And it was so successful that he did it multiple times thereafter at the right times of the year. And the lesson in that for you and for me and for everyone is hold an event. Okay, now it might not be an expo for you. Your event might be something that you hold indoors. It might be a cocktail party. It might be an exhibition inside a club or maybe a function centre because your products don't suit being on the outside. But think about how you can hold some form of event. I would suggest you don't hold breakfast events. What I found when people do hold breakfast events, then they lose a lot of the crowd because they've got to get to work by 9 o'clock. But lunch is a little bit the same. But I would hold cocktail parties and things in the evening, or I would hold things on a weekend because people find it easier to come and linger. And this was just a great example of holding an event and making a lot of money out of it. So hopefully the lesson for you, no matter what business you're in, is consider thinking about, how do I hold an event? Everyone loves going to an event. You know, how many times you've been invited to an evening cocktail party, and had that been just an ordinary invitation to, you know, come to something at breakfast time or maybe lunchtime, you've said yes, compared to, oh, look, I don't know about it, because we all like going out at night and going to an event. Or you've been invited to something to go on a weekend, and we all know that that's our free time, and in this instance, this was a Saturday, and it worked like a dream. So think about how you can hold an event, how you can create a lot of theatre around that event, just as he did with Jumping Castles, and you can win $25,000, and he had a band playing and all that sort of stuff. How you can actually add theatre to your event so that you're actually going to have wow on top of wow. Hope you enjoyed.